Get it. First off, I'm so happy to be on this call with you because you are lit and popping in the underground or upcoming music scene, and I'm just so happy for you. You know, everything's just going up.
Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you for real.
Okay, let's get it. What's up, guys? It's Tracy Mitchell, VA with thisis50.com, and I'm back with an exclusive interview. We got our special guest, BOAQG.
Yo, I'm going.
What's up? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's a new year, new money, new stuff to do, and a lot of stuff to get done this year. So I'm feeling good.
Yeah, last year was an amazing kickstart for you. So you feel that same energy from last year kind of catapulting you this year?
Yeah, more definitely. I feel that for real, more definitely. It definitely like the energy for last year definitely inspired the energy for this year.
Yeah. So what is the energy this year? Like what are you hoping to like really accomplish this year with music?
Like I still had like every year I had the same goal, and that's just to go farther and like accomplish things that I didn't accomplish last year, and it just like keep knocking down more boundaries with my music and just try to keep so like going farther and farther with it. Like I'm trying to get like more as of opening up as an artist and doing like more features and like just, more in the industry type stuff.
Did you know you will make it this far though? Because you're just trying to level up, but did you know at this point today, like you would make it this far?
I felt it, but as far as knowing, I'm not gonna say I knew it, but I always felt it. I always felt it.
Was being a star always in the plans for you?
Yeah, it wasn't no plan B. That was always plan A. Like somewhat in that way, I always knew I'd be doing music. I always knew like that was my calling. So yeah, that was always the plan.
When did you know it was your calling?
As a kid, just growing up, like music always been with me. Like it's like I always had, like when I ain't have nothing or I just always had music. Like I could always do music. Like if I was bored as a kid, I'd sit there and like hum or rap to myself. Like my grandma used to hum and rocking her rocking chair all the time. So I got that from her. I used to hum around the house all the time and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty good introduction to music and all the blessings that can come with it. Was that you in those viral TikTok videos with banging on the furniture to the
yeah,
beat
that
of
was
the
me.
music?
Yeah, most definitely.
Would you say that comes from those days?
Yeah, it come from like I said, my grandma. Like my grandma used to sit in her rocking chair on the porch and just sing church songs and tap, and that's why I got the tapping and humming and like coming up with that type of stuff. Like I had been doing this as a kid.
Yeah, I can definitely hear the church influence because your
Most
music
definitely.
is very soulful and it's healing. It's different than what's out these days because I feel like with hip hop music, it can just be so just in my opinion these days, it's a
I
little
feel
low vibrational.
I feel what you're saying. Like the vibrate, a lot of hip hop now is just low vibrational. So like I be most like, cause like honestly, I try to like with me coming out how I came out with the way out with the stuff I rap about. Like a lot of people expecting me to like keep that narrative going, but I'm like, nah, it's so much more to life and so much. It's so much stuff to rap about, and it's like when people hear my music, like I get DMs all the time, and I try to go through a lot of them, and I respond to a lot of people, the ones I can, and I be seeing a lot of people telling me how like my stories and how I rap and the things I talk about, like it uplift them and makes them feel better in certain situations.
And I feel like when you have that energy behind like anything you do, it just makes you just it's just natural. Like winning and just being on top of your game, it just comes natural.
Most definitely, like, and it's just the natural feeling, the raw feeling, like when you can, yeah, it just different, like you said, it's natural, the raw feeling.
Yeah, I love that for you. You know, you're doing numbers. You got 17 million on Voodoo.
Most definitely, most
Can
definitely.
we talk about that song? Did you know it was going to do that amount of numbers?
I I I knew it was a hit. I knew it was a hit because around that time I feel like I was in prison for I don't even want to talk about the
Mhm.
what I was in prison for, but I was in prison for like 2 years basically fighting for my life around that time. Like if I didn't beat those charges, I never gonna see daylight again. So it was like that type of pocket that I was in, it just like it brought like a different sound out of me. Cause like when you're out on the streets in the free world, everybody as an artist, like everybody's listening to everybody. So everybody's so influenced by different beats and different rappers and stuff. But when you're in a cage and you can't hear no other music, only thing you're hearing is yourself,
Mm,
like for 2 years straight, and the only thing you hear is your voice in these four walls, you have to create the music and you come up with a sound. And it's like a snap hit me when I was there, like I got it. I hear it. Because I didn't always rap in that melodic form. I used to rap differently. But when I had got locked up and I just had time to hear my voice
yeah.
in those four walls, the acoustic just did something to me.
Yeah, I want to know, what did that show you? Like, what did that show you? That did that show you that you can kind of just like put yourself in this bubble and just
Yeah.
maybe some isolation is okay sometimes.
Isolation, I feel like I manifested everything in my life
That's good.
through manifesting it. I didn't have no choice. Like when I was in that box, I ain't had no choice. I didn't know whether I was gonna see the light of day as a free man again. So it's just like I had nothing to do but just channel everything that I wanted in my life and just focus on that and just pray on that and just dwell on that, you know. And I was thinking about if I ever get the chance to get out of this place, what would I do?
Mm. I feel like a lot of people, when they're in that position, they're just thinking about like, oh man, but that's amazing that you were thinking about when I'm out. And that's probably why those numbers and that mass following just came in and followed you.
Yeah, like I made promises to myself and to God as well. Like, I was just like, prepare me for if I do life in prison, just prepare me for what I have to deal with and let me come home with my mind and my sanity. But I said, if you just happen to let me get out of here, God, give me
Yeah.
a chance to do something with my music. But I said, like, even if you don't give me a chance to do something with my music, I just want to live life peacefully, like without chaos, like without like war and like the same stuff that you see in the projects every day. So
Right.
it is like I just want to live my life peacefully, whether it was working a job or I didn't want to stay out the street. But I was like, God, if you can just give me a chance to do my music, I never look back. And it's like I got my freedom. Then 8 months after me being home from jail, not even a year after doing 2 years, I'm signed.
Signed. And that's where the stamp came in. QC, that is not no small playing label. That's a big deal.
That's my dream label since a kid. That's the label I knew I was gonna sign to. Like it was a
Manifestation, right?
manifestation. Like it was a lot of other labels that reached out, but I was sold on them from the jump because it's like, and then like the relationship, like with P, man, I love like QCP, I love P. Like
I
the
hear nothing but great
relationship,
things. Yeah.
man, like the relationship with him is like just so real because he understand where I come from. You know what I'm saying? And he understand the process of transitioning from basically being like being in the streets into like having to learn how to balance that or leave that alone. And he understand like
Mhm.
what it takes to put a vision in my mind because I probably wouldn't listen to it coming from a lot of other people that never been through this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't reached this certain point. You know what I'm saying? But he's showing me stuff and at the same time, like I'm seeing it to believe it and he's keeping it word with it. So
Yes.
shouts out to P and shout
Yes.
outs to the people.
Right. Shout out to them. Not only is it just a label opportunity, but it's great that you're getting mentorship over there too.
Most definitely, like, and that's the thing, like, do everything that I've like obtained, and I've got gained so much since I've been with them, but most of all, like the people I met and the connections and the knowledge, the experience and the learning process, because it's like there's so much more to being a rapper than what I thought it was, so it's like a real job. Like people don't understand, like this is a real life.
It's a job. Yeah, it's a job. Tell me your schedule. I feel like that's something we don't talk about a lot. Like, what's your schedule as a rapper?
My whole life consists of everything that I do is literally consists of my job. Like in my downtime, I literally like in my downtime, I feel more so like I'm regular like everybody else. I like to chill, I like to cook, I like to play the game, but most of the time we're just busy, like studio sessions, meetings, photo shoots, interviews. It's really like or making music, making content for the music, shoot like it's just constantly go, 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 go.
I heard artists, their least favorite part is the content. Would you
Yes.
say?
Yes. Our favorite part is the creating the music. The least part, what I hate is doing shows. I hate strip clubs. And yeah, I hate strip clubs. I hate I hate strip clubs with a passion.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like
Ain't that the
I've never
rapper
been
lifestyle?
yeah, I don't like it be lit sometimes. I can't cap. I love the rap lifestyle sometimes, but for the most part though, sometimes I just be like, man. Nah, I'm straight on all that. You know,
Right.
I just really want to, do what I need to do, let people hear my experience and stuff. But I ain't gonna count the rapper lifestyle lit.
What's
It's
the best part for you?
the fans, that smile, that like the enjoyment that they get out of seeing you do your thing, the love that they give you. You know what I'm saying? My fans, that's the best part out of everything. The way that the effect that I like, how I help them with just my music and how they love my sound and they are in love with this. I love my fans. That's the best part. I swear.
Yeah, I feel like I would say the same thing if I was a music artist, if I was in your position. Just, seeing those smiling faces and knowing that they're really listening to the music.
Fans, like I would have been quit this when I started.
Mhm.
Like I would have quit since I've been signed. If it like my fans, like, cause literally like back at home, like I come from a small town, so it's like everybody is like pulling at each other and nobody believes that anybody can do anything. So it's like I never had enough traction in my city before I blew up or nothing like that, or before I got to where I'm going. I'm not gonna say blew up because I feel like that's a strong word because I'm got a lot to do, like I said, but I never had an attraction back at home. So it's just like the fans, like they keep you going. Like you might just be in your DM text somebody and go to your request, and you might see some uh, a lot of inspirational stuff in there. You like,
Right.
that's crazy. I make you feel that way.
Do any of
Like,
them give you advice and you've taken it? Has that ever happened?
yeah, I have, because like they be like the fans, they be in tune to like a lot of they be in tune to everything. Like you can't get a lot by on them, even with personal stuff. So it'd be like
That's
they they might be in your DM. You might get a message and you might read it and be like, I might text back and be like, you know what, bro, I need to hear that. They be like, bro, I didn't think you were gonna text back type stuff. And I'd be like, nah, I just
okay.
read that message and I'm fucking with that. I really needed to hear that right then at that time.
I can relate to that. As a journalist, I won't post on Instagram for like 5 days. They'll be like, what's wrong? What's wrong with you?
You feel me? Like, what's going on? You good? Like that's
Tell me
why I say
about your,
like
yeah, go ahead. Tell me about your hometown too. I don't know how to pronounce it, but can you say it for us?
it's Waycross. Waycross, like way in the cross. It's a small, very, very small town, like southeast Georgia. We really like more close to Florida cities than like a lot of cities in
Oh,
Georgia.
okay.
But like my hometown, it's like the same way everybody feel about their hometown. Well, a lot of people feel about their hometown when they come from small places. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a place of it's like how can I explain it? No, it's no nothing there. You feel me? It's like no, it's like a low vibrational place. Like everything there is like nothing. It's like a constant circle of
How
nothing.
did you make your something? Like, I don't want you to
I
give
feel,
too much information, but where did you find something at?
I see growing up at a young age, like it was hard for me growing up. Like I ain't have the best parents like in the world. Like, where we grew up in a drug infested neighborhood. And then on top of that, like, my mom always at work. I never see her. And then my dad got 17 kids. So it's like you you can't even spend all you can't it's too much going on right there. So it's just like and he's in the street, he sells drugs. My dad got killed in front of me when I was 13 years old. So like I've been in and out of foster care since then. So like
Okay.
I didn't always stay in my hometown, but like being in foster care and then like being around other kids from other places and stuff like that, you were able to be around different people. And then my aunt got me from out of foster care. Then I moved to Colorado and a couple other places for like 2 years with her. Then I had to go back home with my people and like everything was just like downhill from there. But for the most part, I end up like finding something because like just getting that break to see like a different place, I seen that people were different and
Yeah.
that it doesn't have to be this way. Everybody isn't the same everywhere out there. It's more life outside of this.
Yeah, you kind of get like having that kind of upbringing, kind of get this anxiety, but then you step out into how the
Like
world.
when you come up where I come from, you don't think you ever gonna make it. You probably gonna sell dope forever, work at the trailer pimp, or that's it. You know what I'm saying? Sell food or something. But honestly, like it ain't really no money there. It's low income job and it's nothing good for nobody there. Like the main goal is to get out of there and like don't go back.
Right. I like to think of myself like when I do these interviews, I like to think like if I was an artist, what would I want to, somebody to ask me? But being that you came from all of that and you've experienced all those things, and now you have what you have, and you're with this amazing label, and you're around all these amazing people, like, do you ever, like, how do you kind of remind yourself about like where you came from, or like, do you sometimes like drift away, like, oh, that was never me, or does it
Nah,
stay?
I can't never forget.
Mhm.
Cause it's like I said, like it's a lot of pain here. You know, it was hard. When it was hard. When you come from a place where nobody believes that anybody can do anything, like outside of the city, like it's hard. Cause it's like you're your only source of motivation. Like your parents don't believe, your relatives and siblings don't believe, like nobody believes. You know, so it's like it's hard. That's all I can say. Like it's hard. It's a fight. It's a struggle. But you just gotta keep going. Like I don't think I ever been a quitter. Like I got my grandma heart, so it's just like I can't quit. You know. And my grandma always told me that I was a star. Like a few people told me this. Like, look, bro, you gonna do something. Like you gonna be the greatest out of our city. I'm telling you, you gonna go big one day. Like people would tell me, and I used to hear it and be like, yeah, you might be right, but
Has it hit you yet?
I gotta do more. I gotta do more.
Has it
I
hit
always
you yet? That the stardom? Has it hit you yet?
Not really because I always feel like I gotta do more. Like it's like I accomplished something. Okay, I'm happy. I accomplished it. I'm enjoying my accomplishment, but then it's back to business. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
like when you trying to be the biggest, you can't, it really ain't no time to waste. And it ain't no time to keep just like you can't get caught up in one moment. You know, I'm trying to keep an effective moment's coming. Cause I feel that one time I did get lost. You know what I'm saying? It's like so much I had to, because when you sign that contract and you start getting all these views, and
Get
then
the chain.
you get the chain, you get all of this stuff. You might feel like you're the same person, but everybody around you is going to be expecting different stuff, different things, and different stuff out of you. They're
Mhm.
gonna, and it's like I said, like I grew up in foster care my whole life. I ain't really too much have a family connection like that. I'm the type of person. If I don't pay my bills and stuff like that, if I didn't take care of myself, I would be sleeping on the street. And times I have slept on the street. So it's like a
Always
lot of people
the wall.
a lot of people came out of nowhere when I signed the contract. Like everybody love you and stuff like that then. But I don't be too much so tripping and stuff like that. I just know who to deal with. You have to figure out who's for you and who's not for you. You know what I'm saying? You have to really watch who's genuine and who's not genuine. And you can really tell. Like it's really you can
How
tell
do you
like
tell?
because you can see the greed and you can see like the jealousy, you can see and certain stuff like certain in their mannerism, in their characteristics, like in their characteristics. Like I've been in the streets for a long time, so I'm real good with picking up energy and people. So it's like you can't get over on me. Like I see everything that you're doing before you do it, and I let you get so far before I let you know like I see you. And by the time I let you know, you already cut off. But it's a lot of people that is genuine, bro. And at one point in time, like I found myself just cutting off a lot of people, like everybody,
Sometimes that has to happen.
because it's like I had to cut off everybody at one time so I could sit back and look at the situation. You know what I'm saying? Analyze everything that's going on. Like, why am I feeling this way? And then, like I said, like I was in the streets for real. So it's like I lost two of my cousins back to back. Like
Wow.
I lost my first cousin, like he's like my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like he died 2 weeks before I got signed. Like he got killed. So it's like it was a lot of stuff going on. Like all my friends going to jail, getting locked up, doing life, getting sent years. Like all of this going on while I'm signing. Like the day I signed my contract, like somebody burned my house down. Like
Burnt your house down?
burned my house down while I was in Atlanta.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's what type of stuff goes on where I'm from though. People like it's like a bucket of crabs. So it's just like when you have that much pressure on you like already from the jump, you have a certain type of determination. You know, it's like because I already don't shut that part down and got out of that bucket. So it's like my determination is crazy. Like I just don't know how to give up. I won't never give up. I don't care if I got one view when I drop. I'm gonna figure out what I need to do, figure out what the problem is, figure out who I need to contact, what I need to do, and what methods I need to use. I'm always open to knowledge.
Sure. For sure. I feel like, and that's crazy. You're saying that as a sign artist, but it's unfortunate how many artists that hasn't seen like the signed experience, and they're just now coming up, and they get discouraged with just one view. So that was very like cool for you
Oh,
to say.
the grind don't never stop. Like it's gonna be ups and downs regardless. Like you're gonna have a time where you feel like you're more up than this time, then you're gonna have a time where you like, but one thing I know about grinding and faith and prayers with works, like if I just work for it and like I said, manifestation is the key. But if I want something, I feel like if I want something bad enough, I'm gonna get it because I'm gonna manifest it first, I'm gonna channel it, and then at the same time, I'm gonna put my 2 feet together and one in front of the other and go get it, you know? And it's just like I feel like anything that anybody wants to do, that you can do it. It's up to you at the end of the day. Don't let anybody limitate you.
Right.
Like nobody can limitate what you do. It's
I love,
like
yeah, I love talking manifestation, but I want to ask you, what are you manifesting? Is there a specific collaboration? Being that you're signed now, everything is just on a platter at this point.
man, I really want a Kodak feature. Like,
Okay.
bro, when I say like I'm a super Kodak fan, like I'm a Kodak fan, I'm a Rod Wave fan for a big fat, a baby fan. But like it's a lot of a few features that I want to do. Like T Grizzly, I want to do something with him. I want to do something with NLE Chapo. Um, it's a lot of artists that I want to do something with, but I feel like it's coming though, because like the way stuff is lining up, I feel like it's coming.
For sure. I can feel it too. And you were talking about you heavy in your grinds right now. I think you're in the studio right now too. I'm looking in the background.
I'm in the studio right now.
What is going on at this exact moment? Like music wise, projects, all
I
that.
gotta, I gotta. Okay, I just dropped Been Gone off of my tape 13, and this is my first mixtape ever in my life. Like I've never dropped a tape, and I get to drop it with a label because I never really made music before I got signed. Like it was all like a lot of acapella stuff. So it's like, I'm excited. Like this is my first project in my life. You
First
know what I'm saying? First project ever, first mixtape, and I get to drop it as a signed artist. Like so, and I'm just looking forward to letting them hear what I have on this tape because, like, I feel like with this right here, they can really understand like the origin of where I come from with this
right.
tape. Like they can hear a different side of this music. So it's like it's a lot of stuff they've been wanting too because they've been wanting this tape for like a year.
Or you can put voodoo on it.
Most definitely.
You have to, that's where things like really start to kick into gear.
I gotta put because see that song right there, that's a like. And that's a part of a chapter of my life too. Like that's either here or there. But like that song right there, I this is gonna sound crazy. I hate that song.
Why do artists always do this? The songs that we like the most, they don't. Why is that?
I hate that song. I really hate that song because it's like out of all right, I was going viral on a couple songs at that time that were getting a buzz, and it's like that I felt like were better than Voodoo, and that I would have been like wanted to be more known for that for. But it's like once I dropped Voodoo, it was like they didn't even care about the other songs no more. They was like, nigga, this right here, and it's like it was
But you're
old
like
to me.
this right here.
Yeah, because it's like, but they were messing with this right here too. But this is still the deal for them. But it was like with me making the song so long ago, like I was locked up for 2 years when I made that song. Then I got out. Then I started freestyling it, and it went viral probably a year after I'm out. Then it's it's 4 or 5 years old to me now, and I have to keep constantly like singing it and rapping it and hearing it over and over again. So that's why it's just like.
But that's
Uh,
what you gotta do. Like, if that's the song that everybody just gravitates to, and you got this first project, that's kind of the best way to get them to come on over there to listen to the stuff that you really want them to hear.
Yeah, and most of the time, like when I have to perform it, like I don't listen. Like before I have to perform the song, I don't listen to it at all. Like none that day, none the day before, none. Like I just don't listen to it. I don't listen to it until it's time to perform because it's like once I hear it drop, and then it's like I don't know. I get a rush off of performing. Like I get into another zone.
Any performances coming up that we could look forward to seeing?
Well, we finna get back on that real soon. I'm not even gonna lie, but right now we're just hitting a lot of different platforms and getting a lot of media run in and doing a lot of stuff for the tape right now. And after the tape gets out, it'll be a lot of more performance and stuff. I know that it's first quarter right now with us, and we finna have a lot of stuff going on. So be looking forward to seeing it.
I can believe it. I got like a few more questions. The meaning behind the project, the name and the meaning behind it.
13 is when my life changed. You know what I'm saying? That's the year my mom moved away out of nowhere. I don't know where she went. Like,
To this day.
nah, I know what she is now. I end up getting back with her like shortly after that, like a year after that, after my dad got killed. But that's the year my dad got killed, like the age, like it was like when I had to really become a man. It's like my whole life changed at the age of 13. Like ever since the age of 13, it's like it's no more being a kid anymore. Like that's over with, you know. And it's like that's when I had to basically fend for myself and get out there in the world. That's when this started. That's when QG started, you know.
So I know the people watching this are going to want to know too. Is there any features on the project, especially from any QC artists?
I definitely got my boy Ed Dolo on there. That's like, 'cause that's what like
He
I'm
from
cool.
Arkansas, right?
Yeah, yeah, he from Arkansas, Little Rock, I think, or Helen, if I'm not mistaken. But uh, it's like with I'm cool with all the artists like and stuff like that over there. Like everybody cool. It's a good relationship with all the artists. But Dolo, that's like my brother type stuff. So I had to put him on the tape. Honestly, I didn't want to put nobody on the tape at first, but I was like, because it's my first project, you
Yeah.
know, my first introduction in. So, but I had to put him on the take because that's my brother. He made me really feel the rapper lifestyle. He was like, cause we both from the country. Like he's from a different area, but we both from the country. So we get along real good. Like on some country stuff, like the same stuff, we got the same interest. So he always like, nah, you coming outside with me, bro. Like, we finna go hit this up, we finna hit this up, we finna hit this up. So I had to put him on the tape.
Yeah, I met him when he first got signed over at QC. And I was working with him like on the publicist and he was really cool. And I don't know, like he was just very like nervous. Like he couldn't really tell like what was in store for his future.
Yeah,
So
man.
it's
And
kind of
that's
interesting to see an artist then and now.
and it's crazy because when me and Dolo got cool, that's when he caught me. At that time when I was like real nervous, like he was already hitting me up before we met and we was chopping it up and stuff. And then we met at P party. He was like, he seen I was over there like in a shell, like I'm around all these folks. He like, man, that's my little nigga. Like, come over here. And like ever since that day, it's been a rap. Like, that's my dog. That's like big bro right there. That's my dog for real.
I love that. We need more of that energy. So what is next for you?
And everything. I'm trying to see. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm like determined because last year a lot of people don't know. Like coming into this, I was really like discouraged. Like because there was a lot of stuff going on. But right now I'm full of life and I'm full of like opportunity. So it's just like I have a lot of stuff coming for me. I know for a fact, like we said earlier, I got a lot of features that we're lining up right now with some people and they messing with me. They already like that's already understood. So it's like I got a lot of new features coming out. I'm finna do a lot more networking and do a lot more traveling, and I'm finna get back on this road and start traveling, doing more shows because it's like I just got out from prison like in October, you know, and I had been on the run from that for like before I got signed. So I just had to go ahead and handle that and get that behind me. And it's like now that that chapter is behind me, I'm ready to go grab everything that's in my reach.
Yep, chapters behind you, signed to the label. You got artists knocking on your door, I'm sure, wanting to work with you. And I can't just like
Definitely.
Ed Dola, where I see where he's at right now. I can't wait
And
to where you're at.
the thing about these artists, like even the artists, a lot of artists that I name, they've already reached out to me. Like it's crazy. Like I'll be like when I be in my DMs and I see some of these artists, like I'm like, bro, look at this DM me. Look at this DM me. Like, but it's crazy because it'd be like, I'm meeting y'all now. I can call your phone. I got your number. I can kick it with you. It'd be stuff like that. Like it'd be different when you go from just watching these folks and being a fan and looking at their process and their growth and actually being in the same room with you, shaking hands, getting props from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
you in there, and now all you need to do is just put the work in, soak up all the knowledge, and stay out of trouble too.
most definitely, like that's the main key to stay out of trouble. Like I don't really feel like cause see, like the street, like the thing about me, I don't feel like I'm brainwashed by the streets. Like, cause a lot of people they just stuck in one mindset because they just don't know no better. But when you know right from wrong, it's just different. It's a difference between when you have to do something or have to live a certain way and you don't. I don't gotta do all that no more.
Don't
So
have
it's like
to. I don't understand why they just act like it's chains on them. Like you could live a great, positive, rich life if you want to.
to you at the end of the day. And I had to realize that too, because like I used to try to hold on to everything and everybody from that lifestyle. And I realized if they still live in this type of way, it's gonna mess up what I got going on if I keep them around.
Facts.
So you
Well,
just got sometimes you gotta focus.
No, for real. Well, this was the BOA interview, you guys. Leave us with some words and where we can follow you. And yeah.
You can follow me at BOAQG on everything, BOAQG on every platform. And you know, like I was saying in the interview, I'm gonna leave y'all with some words of inspiration. Never quit. Shouts out to my management team, Priority Music Group, and shouts out to my label QC, and shouts out to y'all for the wonderful interview. And yeah, man, it was good being with y'all.